Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 8 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter data and graphs. And the lessons we're going to cover today are create line graphs, interpret line plots, create line plots, and create and interpret line plots with fractions. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Let's just start with the first lesson. Here I'm on grade 8 math. We're working on the chapter data and graphs. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is create line graphs. Let's just start with the create line graph. Okay, let's just start with the first example. A meteorologist kept track of the average temperature in Minneapolis for a full year. Use the data in the table to complete the line graph below, right? So in February that is 10 degree F, in April 20 degree F, June is 30 degree F, August 50 degree and October is 60 degree F. You need to make a line plot for the given data. So for February, here is the graph. Let's just plot the points on the graph. Let me just okay, here on the x-axis you have the months, and on the y-axis you have the temperature, right? So you can see here February is 10 degree F, so here is February, here is 10 degree, right? Now the next one is April. April is 20 degree F, here is April, and you need to make a point that is in front of both April and 20, right? So here it is. Okay, the next one is June. June is 30 degree F. Here is June and here is 30, right? Match it to the x-axis and y-axis both. And then you have August, that is 50 degree. Here is 50. And then you have October, that is 60 degree F. So here is 60 degree, right? So just make a line and join them and make a line, right? So let's just join them and make a hold on, and make a line, right? Like here, this one. You just have to connect these points and make a line like this. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. To figure out how many vacation days he had left to use, Mario looked over his old calendars to figure out how many days of vacation he had taken each year. Use the data in the table to complete the line graph below. Basically, you have to match the given data with the table of with the graphs, right? But the first one is empty. You're not given with any value on the. In 2005, that is 20. Here is 2005 and here is 20, right? Then in 2008, that is again 20. Here is 2008, here is again 20. Got it? Then in 2011, it's 10. Here is 2011, here is 10. And in 2014, that is 15. So just join these points and make a line. So the option number 2 is the correct option. Obviously, 2 is the correct option because 1 is just the empty graph. Got it? A research group noted the amount of meat consumed by capita each decade. Use the data in the table to complete the line graph below. Okay, year 1930, that is 50. Okay, let's just match with the first graph, right? In 1930, that is 50 kg. Here is 1930, and here is 1930, here is 50. In 1940, that is again 50. In 1950, that is again 50. In 1960, that is 60. Here is 60. In 1970, here is 70. So just join these points and make a line. So yes, that is the correct option. Option number one is the correct option. Got it? That is option number one. Okay, the next one is where the high school hockey fans okay, that is the oh, that is 2008 it is 2. Yes, option number one is the correct option. Have to match the table of values with the graph. If the value table of values match with the graph, that means that is the correct option. You can see here you have years and here you have games won, right? In 2003, he won 8 games. In 2002, so here is 2002 and here is a dot on 8, right? In 2004, 4 games. Here is 2004 and here is a dot. Just match it to the y-axis that is in front of 4, right? Then you have 2006 and 2. Here is 2006 and just look at this point, the point match with the 2. Then in 2008, that is 2 and this point match with the 2. So the correct option is option number 1. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is a meteorologist kept track of average temperature in meteorologist kept track of the average temperature in Minneapolis for a full year. Use the data to complete the line graph below. Okay, I'll explain again. Just listen to me carefully, right? You are given the table of values, right? You are given the months and you are given the temperature in the months, right? So just look at the first graph. You just have to match these points with the values given in the table, right? What do you mean by Indians? Just match. So here is on the x-axis, here you have months, February, April, June, August, and October, right? And here on the y-axis, you have the temperature. Now, what do you mean? What type of messages you're writing? Okay, now try to send messages. I'm. Let me see how can you send the message now. Okay, in February, the temperature is 10 degree F. Here is February. There must be a point in front of 10. That is 10. So you must have a point there in front of February and 10. But for this graph, you don't have any point here. That means this isn't the correct option. Just look at the second one. Okay, here is February and here is 10, right? Then in April, the temperature is 20. Here is April, here is a point. Just match it to the y-axis. So that is 20, right? Then you have June. Here is the point in front of June. Just match to the y-axis. That is 30. Just keep checking these values in the graph. If they are the correct one, that means that is the correct option. Here is August and match it to the y-axis. Here it is 50. You can see here 50. Then October, match the October to the y-axis. In October, the temperature is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So that means the option number 2 is the correct option. You just have to match the points with the table of values. If they are the correct one, that is the correct option. So option number 2 is the correct option. Nothing you do with this one. The next one is Sam's parent kept track of the number of times the attendance office called to report that he had been late for school. Use the data in the table to complete the line graph below. Okay, in June, he is late for 6 times. So here is June, here is the point in front of 6. July, just 1. Here is July, here is the point, just match it to the. So, yes, see there, you have it matched with 1. Then in August, it is 7. Here is the point, so just match it to the y-axis. So here is the 7. Then September, it is 6. Here is September. Just match it to the y-axis. So here is 6. Then in October, that is 9. So just match it to the y-axis and see here you have match it on the x and on y both, right? Here you have 9. So that means option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is the next lesson is interpret line plots, right? Let's just start with the lesson that is interpret plots. We have done with line graphs. Right now we're going to see the line plots. Line plots and line graphs are different. Let's just look at the first example. A game show program recorded the scores of its contestants, right? What score did the fewest people receive? I'm good. How are you, Zach King? What score did the fewest people receive? You have to see like the score the fewest people received, right? So on the x-axis, you are given just the score, right? Means this is the score and the cross represents the number of people, right? You have to see which score did the fewest people. So you need to see find the value that has the fewest cross. You can see this one has the fewest cross, just 2 cross only. And what score it is? The fewest people scored 9, right? Only 2 people scored 9. Got it? Basically, you just have to learn how do we read values from the graph. Got it? Understand the question, and reading values from the graphs are easy thing. Let's just start with the test questions. Mr. Callahan, the English teacher, had his students track the number of books they read last month. How many students read exactly one book last month, right? Okay, so one book last month, right? Here is one. And how many books they read? How many students book the read book one time, right? One, two, three, four, five, six. That means 6 students read the book only one time. The correct option is 6 students. Got it? The correct option is 6. The next one is Gavin needs the number of pairs of sandals owned by each of his classmates. How many students own fewer than two pairs of sandals? Which is the correct option? Fewer than two, right? You have given number of pairs of sandals. You have to see who owns two fewer than two pairs, right? So fewer than two are the values that are 0 and 1, right? So one, two, three, four people own zero pair of sandal and one people owns one. So fewer than two, four plus one means five. The total students who owns fewer than two are five students. The correct option is five. Got it? That is five students. Option number one is the correct option. Grocery store chain tracked the number of trips people made to its stores last week. How many people went to the grocery store more than five times? Which is the correct option? More than five means you have six. Just count the number of cross that are above six. Which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is eight people because eight people went for grocery more than five times. The correct option is eight people. Professor Shepard compiled the scores from the last group quiz. Which score did the fewest students receive? Which is the correct option? Which option is the correct one? Yes, the correct option is 7, right? Which score did the fewest students receive? 7 is the score that only one student receives, so the correct option is 7. The next one is I don't know who convinced that she could do well as a competitor. Ava tracked the scores on a TV game show over the course of a week. How many people scored at least 9? Which is the correct option? At least means the minimum value could be 9. The maximum value could be any, right? At least means the minimum value is 9 and the maximum value could be any. So the number that is greater than 9 is 10. You need to count the cross that are in front of 10, above 10, right? Which is the correct option? Yes, that is 10 people. The correct option is 10 people. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson, and the next lesson is interpret, create line plots, right? We have just finished how to interpret line plots. Now we're going to see how to create line plots. Let's just start with the test questions, right? You have to match the values with the graphs plots given, right? Okay, for a fundraiser, The children in the art club made greeting cards and kept track of how many they produced, right? So the greeting cards made are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the number of children is 2, 8, 9, 5, 1, 4. So 0 and number of children is 2. Here is 0, here is 2. For 1, that is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, for 2, that is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For 3, that is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 4, that is 1. For 5, that is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. An art instructor kept track of how many total pictures were painted by each of the people enrolled in the class. Use the data in the tally chart to complete the line plot below. So here you are given the values with the tally chart, right? First we're going to see what is tally chart, how do we count the values, right? So this one is 1. You need to count the number of lines, but if you have the lines like this, they make 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and one line like this. So this is 5 and 5 plus 1 is 6. Got it? This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here the number of people is 9. Here you have 3. This one makes 5, this one makes 5. 5 plus 5 makes 10. This is 5, this is 2. This is 7. Now you have to match these values with the graph, right? With the line plot. Let's just match them with the first one. Okay. 0, it is 1. Here is 1. For 1, it is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 2, it is 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For 3, that is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For 4, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is option number 1. Kendra counted the total number of shells collected by her friends during a walk on the beach. Use the data in the table to complete the line plot below. So you have to match the values with the graph. So let's just see which is the option. Just check with the option 1. 0, 2. For 1, that is 10. For 2, that is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 3, that is 6. For 4, that is 1. But here for 4, there you have so many. That means this isn't the correct option. The correct option is option number 2. Got it? Kent Streets counted how many times its most frequent customers ate ice cream last month. Use the data in the table to complete the line plot below. So just check with the first one if that is the correct option. Option 1 is the correct option. Got it? The owner of a pick your own bouquet flower farm recorded the number of flowers that customers picked yesterday. Use the data in the tables to complete the line plot below, which is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next one is create and interpret line plot with fractions, right? Okay. Use the corrected line plot to answer the question below. What fraction of the packages weighed more than 3 but less than 3 whole 3 by 4 pounds, right? Okay, more than 3, here is 3, and less than 3 whole 3 by 4, right? That means more than 3 and less than 3 is not included, more than 3 is included, and less than 3 whole 3 by 4 is included, 3 whole 3 by 4 is not included. That means only these two values are included, right? So you have only one value. That means the correct option is 1. The correct option is okay, what fraction of the packages, right? So the total one are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have to write down the answer in the fractional form, right? So you have only one here. You need to do 1 divided by 9. That is 1 by 9 of the packages. You have to answer in the fraction form also, right? Okay. Use the corrected line plot to answer the question below. What fraction of the packages weighted? That's the one we just did on the tutorial. So which is the correct option? That is 1 by 9 of the packages. That's the same we did on the tutorial. Let's just start with the okay, the next one is use the corrected line plot to answer the questions below. If you stack all the packages that weighted exactly 3 whole 3 by 4 pounds, how many will be stacked? How many will the stack of packages weigh in all? If you stack all the weighted exactly 3 whole 3 by 4, how much will the stack of packages weight and all. So you have exactly exactly 3 whole 3 by 4, right? You have only two of the packages that are exactly 3 whole 3 by 4. Got it? So you have to do, hold on. You have exactly two packages that are 3 whole 3 by 4, right? Yes, you have to do 2 times 3 whole 3 by 4 because you have only two packages. So that is 2 times 3 whole 3 over 4. Got it? 2 times 3 is 6. Wait, how it is 7 whole 2 over 4? How that's 7 whole 2 over 4? Hold on. Mm, that is 4 times 3 is 12, 13, 14, 15 over 4. And 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. When you divide them, again, that is 2 times 7 is 14. You have 1. So that is 2 whole 1. That is 7 whole 1 over 2. The correct option is 7 whole 1 over 2. Basically, you need to multiply 2 times 3 whole 3 by 4, right? You need to convert 3 whole 3 by 4 into improper fraction. That is 15 over 4, right? So the correct option is 7 whole 1 over 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is use the correct line plot to answer the following question below. What was the total weight of all the packages combined, right? The total weight. You need to multiply all these value to their weight, right? You have 1, you have to do 1 times 3. Plus here you have 1, you have to do 1 times 3 whole 1 over 2. Plus here you have 2, you have to do 2 times 3 whole 3 over 4 because you need to calculate the total weight. 1 time 1 2 3 you have to do 3 whole 4 1 over 4. Then for this one you have 1 times 4 whole 1 over 4. Then here you have 1 whole 1 times 3 whole 1 times 4 whole 3 over 4. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 3 whole 1 over 2 plus 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 times 2 is 30 over 4 plus 4 times 4 is 16 and 1 17. 17 times 3 is 51 over 4. 4 times 4 is 16 and 1 17. That is 17 over 4. And 4 times 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19 over 4. You just have to add them. First, let's just multiply. Make their denominator same. You need to multiply these 2 by 2. 3 times 2 is 6 divided by 2 plus 2 times 3 6 and 1 7. 7 times 2 is 14 over 4. Now you need to multiply it by the 4. That is 14 over 4. That is plus 30 over 4 plus 51 over 4 plus 17 over 4 plus 19 over 4. Just add them all and divide by the 4. Hold on, let me just add. 12 plus 14 plus 30 plus 51 plus 17 plus 19. That is 143 divided by 4. That is 36 pounds. The correct option is, the complete weight is 36 pounds. So the correct option is 36. Got it? Option number 2 is the correct option. Tisha just moved to a new city. She made a list of places to visit in the city. For each place, she listed the distance it is from her new home. Use the data in the table to complete the line plot. Okay, so library 2 miles, 1, 2, 3. Library, zoo, and science center have 2 miles, so 2 must have 3 cross. Then bookstore have only one whole 1 by 2 have only one cross, and aquarium have only one. So option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Use the corrected line plot to answer the question. What fraction of the places are more than 1 miles but less than 2 miles, right? So by more than 1 and less than 2, you have only one option, that is 1 whole 1 over 2, and the total you have 5, so that is 1/5 of the places. You have to write down the answer in the fraction form. The total places are 5, only one of them have, so that is 1/5. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we're working on grade 8 math. The lesson we're working on is data and graphs, and the lessons we have finished completed today are create line graph, interpret line graph, create line plots, create and interpret line plots with fractions, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So if you have any question related to the lessons we have just finished, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Please ask questions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.